SEO has been around for a long time, pretty much since the first search engine came out. And I don't even remember what search engine that was. But for like the last 15 or 20 years, Google has been the #1 search engine. And that's because it's really good at showing us what we're looking for. And pretty quickly, web designers and business owners and marketing savvy people discovered that they could manipulate the Google search results and make their website show up on top. And they developed all of these tactics, most of which revolved around stuffing a bunch of keywords onto the website. And one of the places they put them is URLs. The URL of your site is like the address of your web page, and that's where Google will be sending people. And if you're still doing things the way that people used to and you're stuffing a bunch of keywords in, you're screwed, because Google's going to catch on to that and they're going to punish you by just erasing you off the face of the internet earth. So check out this video and understand how I name my URLs and how I optimize everything around customer experience, and I get well rewarded by Google. Hey, and welcome back to the Remodeling SEO Guide video series. Now this is video 3 out of 8 of this series. And if you're just starting to watch these now, I highly recommend going back to #1 and starting from there, because the theme of this is going to carry over throughout everything. Now, just to remind you, the theme of everything we do is customer experience. So you might be trying to get your website to show up better on Google. Maybe you want to show up better on Google Maps. Generally, you probably just want more customers. And you might have, let's just say you could get 1,000 people to visit your website, but if your website gives them a bad experience, then none of them are going to become customers anyways. And besides that, Google is extremely smart these days. Their algorithms have been finely tuned, and they're very, very good at identifying what people find as valuable, and they make sure to show people the best search results. I mean, that's why everybody uses Google, right? We use Google because it shows us what we're looking for. And so as business owners or marketers, we need to make sure that we are what our customers are looking for. And we need to understand our customers backwards, forwards, upside down, and sideways. There's no other way around it. And so everything that we do revolves around making things as simple and easy and as best for them as possible. Now, today's topic is URLs. So a URL should not be confused with a domain. So that the domain of my website is kyleconstruction.com. And this could also be called a URL. But what a URL really refers to are the locations of the different pages on my site. So this page that I'm going to right now is home renovations. So the URL is kyleconstruction.com/home-renovations. Now, if you just watch the headings video where I talk about knowing what keywords people are typing into Google, this is the same thing. You want to just this page on my website is about home renovations. So the URL is home-renovations. It's not home ren, it's not, it's a keyword. It's describing the page. A lot of people will it's not a number. Some people use numbers. Some people will type in like a whole paragraph of things. Neither one of those are a good idea. You want to just as simply and concisely as possible use a URL that describes what the page is about. And for this page, the title tag shown up here is Home Renovations Contractor. The heading is Home Renovations, and the URL is Home Renovations. I'm trying to show up on Google when people type in home renovations or some variation of that. Now, if you discover that your URLs are not very good, maybe you were following the old ways, which was just slam as many keywords in it as possible. If you need to change these, you just need to be aware of this, okay? This page, this URL you see here it's like an address, and Google knows where this page is because it knows the address. If I change this to just renovations, or if I change it to anything but this, then Google's no longer going to know where this page is, but it's still going to be sending people to the old address. And if, let's just say I took the S off and I changed it to this, Google's going to try to take people to this page, but they're going to get an error because that's not the correct address. So if you're going to be changing your URLs, you need to do what's called, oh, look at that. See, it automatically redirected me here. And that's because I've set up a redirect. So that's a topic for another video, but if you change a URL, you want to set up a redirect so that when Google sends people to the old page, it'll redirect them to the new page. And if your website's been around for a while, you have some traction with SEO, you have a page that's ranking pretty good, I would be hesitant to change the URL. But if you do, make sure that you redirect it, or else Google's going to send people to a page that doesn't exist, and after some time Google's going to realize that it's doing that, and it's just going to stop sending people to your site altogether. Whereas if you redirect it, Google will pick up that, oh, okay, this page has changed, we'll start sending people to the correct page. So that's pretty much it with URLs. If you're a remodeling contractor, you should have pages, like a separate page for each of the specific type of service that you offer. And really, like for me, it's only services that I want people to find me for. For example, about, I don't know, a year ago or so, I really wanted more bathroom jobs. And so I made everything about bathroom remodeling. I changed a bunch of things on my website to reflect bathroom remodeling. I made a special page just for bathroom remodels. And then after some time, I showed up #1 on Google and Google Maps for bathroom remodels in my area. And I got a bunch of those projects. And naming the URL bathroom remodeling was just, one of those things. So to quickly summarize, like the actionable tip I have for you is, if you're a business owner or if you're new to marketing, you're not likely to be an expert on this. In order to be an expert, you have to have a lot of experience. And so by default, I just recommend aligning everything. So for the bathroom remodeling page, you can see up here in the title tag, I have bathroom remodeling contractor. In the heading of my page, I have bathroom remodeling, and the URL is bathroom-remodeling. If you just align everything and make it consistent, usually that's the best place to start. For me, I rank #1 for a lot of these things, so it works for me. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to post up in the comments. If you're trying to figure out what to name your URLs, post your ideas in the comments and I'll let you know what I think. And if you are interested in these videos, the next one is coming out on Monday. So if you'd like to be alerted when that comes out, hit the subscribe button, and then I'll see you on the next one.